Hello everybody, Average Gamer here, and welcome to another episode of Mechs. In this episode, the Tier 4 Light, one of my favorites. I tweaked this one a little bit, but the Urbanmech-R60, the fast and the lightning, the greased up like a pig in shit Urbanmech. So, a couple things you need to know about the Urbanmech-R60. One of the reasons why we're going to build it out the way it is, as per usual, first thing we talk about is the quirks. So it's got ballistic range, ballistic cooldown, and ballistic velocity. Now, with the recent changes to machine guns, we're dropping that AC-10. We're putting on machine guns, and we're also going to put, I think, about 1 or 2 tons of ammo, probably just 1 ton. 1,000 rounds will be perfectly fine. That's one thing. Number 2 is those energy quirks. The energy cooldown of +10 and the laser duration of -10. For me, personally, I use the energy cooldown part and threw on a PPC, but what we're going to be doing is going to be maximizing both the laser duration and the energy quirk for cooldown. Now, what are we going to be doing? Well, first thing, you'll notice the firepower is 13 on this thing. The speed is 32.4. The jump distance is 17.3. Slots are 47. Armor's 192, and we're using 30 of 30 tons. First thing we're going to do is fuck that engine. And we're going to strip this thing down, obviously. We don't want that that standard -60 engine. We don't want it. We don't want to go 32. We want to go as close to 100 kph as we can. A couple other things we want to do is we want to maximize our slottage, or our slots on our mech. So we're not going to do endo and ferro. What we're going to do is we're going to do endo and double heat sinks. We're going to maximize those. That'll help us maximize our tonnage and our slots kind of at the same time. Endo yoga, my love?
Yep.
Okay, enjoy.
Thanks.
So, with that in mind, I'm also going to remove this small laser because I left it in there. So, what we're going to do first is tweak our armor. So, as per usual, one of the things we do, we tweak the armor, but you know what? Actually, you know what? We're not going to tweak the armor just yet. We're actually going to put our weapons on. One of the things is the build I'm looking at right now is previously to the last kind of quirking, we'll call it, where the armor stats weren't actually included in this. So, I'm going to put the weapons on first, and of course, what is an urban mech without 4 machine guns in that right arm? I mean, come on. There's nothing better than looking at that cockpit and seeing 4 machine gun barrels to the right of you. I love them on there now, especially with the recent past machine guns. Completely amazing. Then, we're going to give this thing some offset long-range firepower by putting 2, count them, 2 ER large lasers. Now, one of the other things we need to do, because what we're going to be putting in here is not going to have enough heat sinks, we need at least 3, count them, 3 double heat sinks. I say that way too much right now. Count them. We also want to throw in, obviously, 1 ton of ammo for our machine guns, minimum. You can also tweak a few things here and there if you want to get more ammo, obviously. And last but not least, our engine, our XL 180. Immediately, can't use endo, or can't downgrade to endo or ferro. So now we're at 29 of 30 tons. Well, what can you do? What I like to do at this point is throw on 1 heatsink, or sorry, 1 jump jet, or even 2 jump jets, to be honest with you. A couple things you can do too: 1 jump jet, center torso, and well, you know what? Yeah, at this point you can do 1 jump jet and then maybe an extra half ton of ammo if you want. You can do that. You can do no jump jets and do 2 tons of machine gun ammo. That gives you around 2,000 rounds, which is wait, no. Which is, yeah, it gives you 2,000 rounds right now. So right now you get 2,000 rounds, which is way more than enough, to be honest with you. But with the quirks too, it makes the machine gun just that much better. You can tweak the armor, obviously. For that extra half ton, you can throw the armor in the torsos if you want. Think with the Urbi, right? We're still gonna be going pretty fast. We're still being over 97.2. So here is the way I would do it. Number 1 is, because we're going 97.2 and we're not going over 100 kilometers an hour, I would err on this side of caution and throw this extra half tonnage into armor. So I, personally, would arm up the armor in my legs, and because I'm running an XL, I would maximize my front armor. I wouldn't really touch the rear part of this in 8 and 8. I'd leave that. This I'd probably just drop by 1. The cockpit I'd drop down to about 16 and offset it by adding it into my center torso. That's what I would do, mainly because we're not going above 100 kph. If you're going above 110, 120, I would strip a lot of more armor down and maybe throw a little bit more ammo, another heatsink maybe, just to kind of offset this to bring this above 1.4. But there you go. So this is, to me, the meta R60, the meta Urbanmech-R60. Like I said, I offset mine with the things upon which have 3 letters, PPCs. I actually put 2 PPCs here instead. I offset a couple things, and I kind of did a lot of stripping of armor and stuff. And I did 1 ER PPC, and threw in a lot of machine gun ammo, and a few other things. So little things you can do, but this definitely offsets the quirks and your speed and your armor values and all that stuff. Now, armor is not maxed out by no means. You still have 2 points of armor left over, which you can go obviously right here. One thing you can do too is maybe do half a ton of ammo and do 2 jump jets. Give yourself just that little bit more maneuverability, ability to jump up stuff, jump up and over things, jump up on stuff, hit people with the ER large lasers, or even jump up and machine gun down into people. You can do that as a probability. Overall, this Urbanmech, I will admit, has lots of little things you can tweak and change here for the meta when it comes to armor and ammo, are my big things at this point. Armor, ammo, and jump jets. Kind of that little triangle at this point. I made a little triangle with my hand. But yeah, so there you go. This is the meta Urbanmech-R60. Good for flanking with the ER large lasers. So you can sit there and snipe from the flanks and cause some problems and cause a lot of attention to be drawn for you, for the heavies and the assaults to get in there. You also have the speed to relocate if you need to, if you're on a flank and you're about to get overrun. You can use the machine guns near the end of the match to really get in there and when people are critted out. I don't know how the skills are going to work for speed. We're going to have to see in the next couple weeks when the PTS comes up. But right now, skill-wise, if you had speed tweak on it, it can go 104.5. So I would say is once you got speed tweak, then reduce your armor and add more ammo or another heatsink. Either way, see you guys next time on the battlefield. Bye-bye.